Okay, so far this is not producing dividends, everything is producing dividends. Here, shoulder right here. So we're gonna start it out on the joint and come back with words. So one of you guys is gonna do this shoulder, which is generally the most difficult part of cleaning a lamb. Come over here, but you need to do over here. A lot of the people, remember when I was breaking this pork over here, that there is two kinds of cuts of meat that people sell in the market called secreto. Now, one comes from this little tip on the top of the sirloin meat on the butt of the animal. The other one comes from this little sheet of meat that comes from the shoulder of the animal, which in a cow we'll call what? Start with a C. Chuck, right? So that basically there. So here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have to find over here and come backwards, okay?
Did you get it? I told you from behind.
Okay, so we're gonna come backwards, but we will not separate. So it's very important that you do not separate. Why is that? Because we're gonna use that whole thing to roll the shoulder for a roasting piece as well. See? So you start over here. So one of you guys is gonna do that. So over here, we're gonna open up, and then this is gonna become this. Okay? Up. Up. Okay, so here we're gonna go under, and you're gonna start to retrieve the meat. There is a little concave over here that you're gonna have to kind of find your way inside, which is right over here. See? This meat over here. And once you find this, you should be in decent shape, okay? So here, up. Here's a little bit of the shank over here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean over here, but I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna use this meat when I roll the animal, you know? No. Here, see the bone here? Here the same thing. So you carve around the joint, you know, because the meat is not very heavy because this animal is small, so you can do pretty much all on your board, you know. Whoever of you guys choose to do this meat, you're gonna be able to do this pretty much on the board, you know. Okay, now we can clean this little joint over here, see? I'm taking all the shoulder over here in one piece, retrieve the blade, but leave this little sheet over here. You see that there's not a lot of meat over here, so this meat, I can take neck meat and all the tender meats over there, the skull, and put it right in the center of this and roll this in and just like that. So this would end up look big as a lamb. So this will become a casing, but everything else is gonna be all the meats from that pile over there, right? So there is no loss over there. So if I am running, I can run this and this as a lamb sandwich with harissa or something for lunch, and I can sell the porchetta and the rack parts for dinner, and I use the whole lamb in one day, you know. So that's basically what. All right. here, we continue to find your way out of this hole here.
What types of like herbs and spices do you usually like to use for your lamb?
It depends. You know, that mix that I use on the pork is probably my favorite mix because it's so simple. It's have a lot of flavor, and I can drive Mediterranean, I can drive Latin, I can drive, you know, the type of foods that I enjoy. You know, that's why I like that. Plus cumin and coriander in meat that produce some gaminess and fat is really perfect. You know, cumin, coriander, mustard from marination, the dry mustard, when meats release fats, when the mustard cook becomes creamy. So that marination becomes creamy because it's dry mustard, you know. So that dry mustard with the fat that renders for the meat when you roast it becomes a really nice texture piece, you know. That's basically it. So right here, I'm finding, see, I'm connecting right here. There is a little concave over here that you're gonna have to find it, which is, see, have a little T over here that you're gonna have to kind of clean up a little bit. There we go. See? And if you pierce, you know, as long as you don't pierce too hard, you know, you should be able to wrap, you know, all the other parts over there. So this little T over here, that's the tough part. But once you find your way out of there, it should be pretty decent shape. See? There we go.
What about all that meat right there?
I'm gonna go right back in here. So here there is a little piece that's gonna come out over here that you're gonna need to clean up a little bit to allow to do what you need to do. You're gonna clean up a little bit this fat over here. All right. Right?
So is lamb considered to have more silver skin as compared to any other animal?
I tell what, do you know that lambs and goat have a lot of silver skin, but the silver skin is also felt. So it's not necessarily that it's all silver skin, it's basically what hold. I mean, if you think about those animals, is all rocks and hills and highly exercised meat, and the meat is still tender. You know, there is parts that are tough, but most of the meat on that is still tender. What holds that is the felt. You know, if you visualize this and a goat, inside the skin, inside the fat cap, which keep the animal warm during the winter, have a whole sheet of felt, so the whole thing is encased in this bag, you know. So that is what needs to come out. You know?
So with the ones that kind of are from colder climates would have more fell on them?
Not even a question. Oh, what is not
It's a statement.
See, you have this little gland over here that need to come out. See this little stuff over here. That's what you need to pay attention here. But here, once you put the garlic piece, you start to kind of put this whole thing together, you know. Fill the cavities in there. Fill here. You know, start to build. Maybe have a little piece over there, and then from here, start it out the tender part first.
Would you freeze that before you truss it?
No, just because it's going to be a roasted, most likely going to be a roast and then chill, go in the slicer, a little harissa aioli or something, and then it'll become a nice sandwich over there. So that basically what would happen. So again, so one of you guys going to end up doing a shoulder there. Again, that's the largest degree of difficulty on this piece is that. So here, you guys are going to come back, make sure that you retrieve as everything that you can out of this, and then all the bones are going to be roasted, going to be delivered to TAs. So this is here is the most delicious part of the animal right here, is the part of the neck. Not necessarily the top of the neck, but the bottom of the neck, and mainly because there's a lot of blood flowing over there. There's a lot of flavor, plus the throat of the neck is here. Everything that the animal eats goes through this piece of the meat and is flavoring this meat very, very well. So this, I can hang this over the grill and grill just like this, and then just kind of shave meat off the bone. That'll be very delicious. And that's basically that. Okay? So, anyway, let's make an inventory and see exactly how much we have. If we need to tackle one leg for 2 people, that's fine. And we have 2 more pieces over here that we can utilize. You have the list of all the stuff that we need to deliver to the TA. So grinding meat, if you may take that grinding meat and dice smaller pieces before you cryovac. That way facilitate the grinding when grammager comes along, and then otherwise simple. So which means they're gonna need somebody to go into garlic and rosemary and thyme and olive oil puree. People into chopping that thing for cryovac, people into cleaning bones, people into doing all sorts of things. So it's plenty to do. So right now, look at that, it's a piece of cake. It's 3:45, so we have a really good, strong 3 hours to accomplish this. Make sense?
Yes, sir.